So it is official. This is it. We are no longer possibly ever going to shop at Walmart ever again. Never going to another Walmart in the near future for very, very shocking reasons. Maybe not so shocking. I mean, CEO Doug McMillon has already stated his objective, which was to close stores and raise prices. Granted, this was driven by high amounts of theft, loss, people stealing products. Now they're locking up socks and eyelashes. But at the end of the day, maybe this self-checkout was their demise, this crucifix, but at the same time, they are still making advancements in technology, AI, OpenAI, ChatGPT, drone delivery, and slowly eliminating employees, workers, people, bringing in robots, technology, computers. But I just sent you a very, very important message, two actually,
Okay.
which will give a much clearer indication behind why Walmart may be done for not just me, not just you, but for pretty much everybody from the standpoint of shopping at a Walmart, inside of a Walmart, brick and mortar.
Which one do I read first? The way it came in?
Brick and mortar.
Okay. Am I reading this out loud? All right. And according to comments made less than 24 hours ago on Tuesday by Walmart CFO John David Rainey at a Raymond James Investors Conference in Orlando, and I quote, Rainey said, "Today, the vast majority of our overall profits are attributable, I don't know how to say that, to in-store brick and mortar in the U.S. And according to a transcript from financial service site Cintio, Rainey said, if you fast forward 5 years, we are much less dependent on that as an income stream than some of these other faster growing parts of our business."
Fast forward 5 years, we're no longer concerned with brick and mortar stores.
Which I said has been the push for the longest, because I'm the one who goes to Walmart and would see all these things and go, you know what? This really feels like they don't want us in here anymore. This really feels like they want you ordering online, making their life a little bit easier. How long until that's like the main thing? And then here you go. Do you want me to read this other one?
Yeah.
All right, so Winsight Grocery Business said that instead Walmart will increasingly look to the fees it charges third-party sellers on Walmart.com, along with its increasingly lucrative retail media arm as chief revenue streams. Expanding e-commerce channels is also central to Walmart's strategy going forward, according to CFO Rainey.
E-commerce and marketing.
So really quick, I did not know. I went on Walmart.com for something months ago, and what I was looking up, I don't remember what I was looking up, but all kinds of stuff popped up on there as third-party sellers, and I was like, what the hell is this? Like, I did not realize Walmart.com had third-party sellers. I assumed Walmart.com was Walmart.com. Like, I did not know they branched out. So I clicked on a few different things to see exactly what it was, and you had to pay separate shipping through them. You couldn't use, if you had a Walmart credit card, you couldn't use it for these things because they were a third-party seller that were basically using Walmart like they were Amazon.
Exactly. Walmart is becoming the new Amazon, and I wouldn't be surprised if the two of them were in discussions for mergers and acquisitions to become one massive online shopping e-commerce giant. Now, granted,
I hadn't thought of that.
I had to explain to the kid that just because you see it on Walmart's website doesn't mean that it's actually in Walmart. And we've been through this before.
She didn't know how to look up to see if it's in the actual store or whatever.
But the reason why
else.
that's the case is because Walmart is utilizing their website as a centralized location for advertising and marketing.
Yeah.
And Walmart is pulling away, as the CFO Rainey said himself, within 5 years. We are done with brick and mortar, and we're moving on to much lucrative business opportunities.
You know what's funny though, and it doesn't really have anything to do with Walmart, but there are a lot of cities around right now who are vetoing the incoming buildings of a Dollar General or a Dollar Tree because they want to keep it with like mom and pop stores and smaller grocery stores, and they have already got Walmart in a lot of these places, so they don't want to bring in another cheap version of shopping. So if Walmart closes down and these places won't let Dollar Tree and Dollar General in, where do you get your lower priced options?
Well,
off topic, I know.
Lower price will be relative, as I created a video not too long ago and I explained to you guys that the term affordable and affordability is going to have a renewed definition for the
And
fact
it's different
that
for everybody.
it will become, for instance, here where we live, Northwest Florida, as I stated before, I wouldn't be surprised to see businesses shift into a direction of $3 to $4 dollar signs for meals. So when that happens,
We're gonna be hungry.
well, when that happens, if everyone does it, which the only outlier here right now would be Whataburger and Wendy's, maybe.
And then there's the new Panda Express.
Panda Express, people already said it's expensive and you
Yeah.
don't get a lot for the money.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, if those are gone and the only option is really like a sit-down restaurant, then low-priced, affordable is just that. That's it.
What's funny is they're building apartment complexes in places like where we are so people can live here, but then they're pricing it for people who don't live here. They're pricing it because when you go on vacation, a lot of times if you go on vacation, you're willing to spend a little more because you're someplace different. You want to go out to the restaurants instead of your normal Wendy's, McDonald's, Taco Bells that you have at home. You want to go here, and here. But the people who live here, now you have to drive 20 minutes to go find the cheaper options.
I think that they are building this for the armed forces because they have the BHAs,
yeah.
the housing allowances.
But they don't have the food allowances.
But I think they might get a stipend. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But the people who like work here, they don't live here.
Yeah, that's true. Most of these, like that one restaurant we went to, the guy was like, he drives like an hour to get to work because
Defuniak or something?
From Defuniak Springs to here. Yeah.
So that's the deal, folks. Walmart is transitioning out. They've already stated that they are selling customer data to other companies so that they can target you with advertising and marketing. They've already stated that, and these are all in previous videos that I've shared with you guys in the past. They've already stated that they are offering up their services in marketing, advertising, third-party retailers on their website, and their distribution network and order fulfillment, much like Amazon. So Walmart is making a shift, a change, and that is going to include and then ultimately entail us not being able to shop inside of a brick and mortar Walmart anymore.
Yeah, that's going to be, I mean, I'm the one who does most of the shopping anyway, and Walmart is still my very last option, and I will wait until I need enough things to make it worth going into the store, not because I dislike Walmart in general. I think Walmart is a good place for a lot of people and a lot of communities. I just personally am not a fan of having to get somebody to get this thing for me, try to find this thing, try to find some help if I need it, go through the self-checkout, then have to show my receipt at the door like I did something wrong just because you weren't there to check me out.
Just don't buy a case of water. They won't check your receipt. They only checking for cases of water. That's it.
Anything that's not in a bag.
So
Put a bag on.
maybe perhaps
water.
the better question to ask is not so much where am I going to find these low price options, which I've already explained in previous videos that that's not of their concern.
They don't care. They're trying to ramp them up so that they look nicer and they cost more. And they have like name brand stuff in there now. They got Reebok. They've had other name brand stuff too, but they're trying to turn it into more of like a Target/Kohl's looking thing, especially in the clothing departments.
These are all updates that I've already shared on previous videos. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but Walmart has already stated that they've seen an influx of higher income shoppers. So they are going to focus on them more so than the lower income shoppers. So it's not about, and then, in states like Oregon, where they're shutting down every single Walmart in Portland, they don't care, okay? They only care about money, profit, revenue, share price, shareholder sentiment, the stock valuation, and the future. They're looking 5 years down the road. They're looking 5 years down the road, literally sitting here telling everyone that brick and mortar is done, okay? They've laid out their plan and they are preparing to execute it.
So do you think 5 years ago they decided to implement what they've done now with the self-checkouts and things in hopes of pissing people off enough that they wouldn't want to go into the stores anymore so that when they did go to close them down, it wasn't such a big deal?
No, I think what they did was they were capitalizing on an opportunity to expand and perhaps maybe improve the customer shopping experience while also reducing their overhead and their operating costs, but not realizing the negative impacts that they would then be faced with as a result of the loss and theft, and then the added cost of security for the self-checkouts, and people just not really enjoying it and liking working for free for Walmart.
And the easiest option would just be go away from self-checkout and bring cashiers back.
No, that would be a step backwards. So now
To them, but not to the people who shop there.
okay, we're talking about the executives.
I know.
We're talking about the folks. Doug McMillon makes nearly $24 million a year, okay? He's not looking to go backwards. He's only going forward. And forward is online, e-commerce, marketing and advertising, no brick and mortar. CFO Rainey is going to back that up. And the question really comes down to now is, it's not where do I find this low price, affordable option. The question now is, how do I make more money? Because really, how do I make more, or how do I make any? Because without brick and mortar, you're losing jobs. And there are literally companies right now that, twofold. One, are approaching me and many others with the ability to produce automated stores through AI that can be run with 0 people, 0 footprint, online, not having to pay for inventory, earning royalties and revenues on print on demand and drop shipping, 100% AI automated, and they'll build it for me for a relatively low cost. And even with that, they offer the ability for me to pay for it using cryptocurrency. Ripple, XRP, Bitcoin, BTC, Ethereum, ETH, Dogecoin, Shiba, it don't matter. This is the
So many
direction
different
that economy and business is going behind the scenes, with statements like what you just read being shared to the general public, but not everyone really paying attention to what they're saying and what they mean and what they're doing. Walmart has already invested millions, if not billions of dollars into a fully automated grocery store. Which I made a video on that too. But at the same time, I didn't send you that clip from that article, from that read, but they said that grocery is a low margin business.
Yeah, I've talked about that one before. Yeah, they
But-
make their margins everywhere else. They're willing to at Walmart. They're willing to lose margin on groceries because they have the rest of the store to make up for it.
Right, but they're going to move towards an automated system of automated picking and expediting and shipping of groceries that won't be a loss leader. And although low margin, the prices will go up. Therefore, you're making money on the margin. So 10% is 10%. But do you want to make 10% on $1, or do you want to make 10% on $100? So they're just going to raise the prices to increase their actual revenue dollars while maintaining the same profit percentage on margin. So the question is like, it's not where do I find low prices, or, how much further I'm going to have to drive now since Walmart closed all the stores in Portland and closing countless others around the country and closing many more that they haven't even told you about. And odds are when they do announce that they're closing, you're going to have less than 30 days to figure out what your next plan is going to be. But now you're going to see an increased funneling of additional traffic of others into these same Walmarts, a reduction of supply because higher demand, a raise in prices, which they are literally dictating and controlling, similar to how the Fed and the central banks could do the same with central bank digital currency, or CBDC, and force people in a certain direction, force the demand, force the trend, and force the use, the spending, better than they could with adjusting interest rates to attack inflation. They'll say your money's only good here, it's only good this day, it's going to expire if you don't use it. The longer you keep it, you're going to be hit with negative interest rates. It's going to be worse, less, so you better go use it. So then everybody rushes, and what we're going to see now is there's a new problem growing from what Walmart is letting loose, unleashing within the next few years. Actually, probably sooner than that, because they're closing stores pretty fast. There's going to be a new problem. They don't know what it is yet. They probably have a list of what it could be, and they're going to wait to see what it actually ends up being. Hence, massive amounts of theft occurring, fake scanning at self-checkout before they take action. But they're going to be much better prepared for it now than they were then. They're not moving backwards. They're continuously moving forward.
Yeah.
But for them, for efficiency, for profitability, for reduced loss, you're not going inside of a Walmart.
So I had a couple questions. One, when you said, they're going to pick your stuff for you and give it to you, first off, I pictured a robot trying to pick up a peach and just smushing the crap out of it. So all your fruit you get's going to have like little robot fingers stuck in it. But then all the Walmarts that are closing down, the areas that some of these Walmarts are in, there's literally nothing else. And trying to get somebody to deliver out there, especially like a 2-hour delivery for groceries and things like that, cold stuff, is almost impossible. So do you think that some of these Walmarts that are closing down, they're going to close down but turn themselves into their own distribution centers? Like they're still going to be Walmart, but instead of it being a brick and mortar that you can go into, it is now a brick and mortar hub that they can pull from. Because they still need brick and mortar stores. It's just not going to be brick and mortar stores that you and I can go into. So there's no theft that way, but they still need the place to put the stuff. They still need the place for the drivers to come pick it up and take it to you. So would some of those stores still stay in location, but as a distribution hub?
I'm going to tell you right now, this is nothing personal. This is nothing driven by any particular demographic or group or set of people or anything like that. I'm just going based on what I have seen in the past. And Walmarts that have closed in the past, what happens to them? They end up turning into some form of lower priced
grocery outlet kind of thing.
Bargain outlet for typically Hispanic communities, neighborhoods.
True. But not everywhere has Hispanic population.
The only reason why I say that is for the fact that Walmart could have done that already, and they didn't.
Okay.
That's the only reason why I'm saying it. They could have done it already, and they didn't. They just held on to the property, and they'll keep it as an income property. They'll lease it out, rent it out, and control the market by only allowing certain types of establishments to utilize the space, therefore never actually creating any real competition.
That's what I was going to say. No
themselves.
Competition. Yeah.
We've seen it with Quick Trip.
Yeah.
And Quick Trip, when they close down an old one, they build a new one, they still retain ownership of the old one. And guess what can't go with there?
A gas station.
A gas station.
Even though that's exactly what it's designed for.
You'll own nothing and you'll be happy, folks. And literally, like, I see this, basically what he's saying is within the next 5 years, you're not going inside of a Walmart.
So you better get in there now while you can.
Even if you lived in Portland, you're not going inside of a Walmart in Portland. And this is just going to be a continuous trend that's continuously evolving and moving along. And we got to pay attention to what they're saying. We got to listen to what they're sharing with us. We got to be preparing for the future because they already have. What we see today was already worked on 5 years ago.
So here's the thing. Walmart employs a lot of people still, despite the fact that they've taken away a lot of positions in the stores. They still employ a lot of people. Where do those people go? And then if Walmart is able to successfully close down their brick and mortars and move straight to online, digital, whatever, and other stores around see it and go, I could do the same thing. There goes even more jobs. Until then, all you have is purchasing online, but nobody that can purchase online because nobody has a job to make money.
Not only does Walmart employ a lot of people, but Walmart employs a lot of people who are also relying on government aid and assistance and welfare and EBT and other government stimulus subsidies because they don't make enough money as it is. They don't make enough money as it is, okay?
You ever breathe and choke yourself?
You breathing in pollen or something? Here, drink your B.
I was just dying.
What's the thing called?
Be tasty.
No,
that was you. Mine was. I don't know. It's really good though.
Yeah, Walmart. They don't care. Okay, they don't care about the employees or lack thereof. But Walmart has already identified, which you guys can pull up. You can do a quick Google search and see that Walmart has already made announcements that they're seeing an influx of higher income earners. Okay, so this is what happens. The higher income earners who used to shop at more expensive options are now coming down to Walmart level. All right.
Fun way to put it.
And the Walmart level, as far as the price point goes, the Walmart level of those shoppers that were there are now going down a notch to a bargain level, or perhaps even a food pantry level. Okay. Which even the food pantries are saying, oh, well, we're seeing an influx of new people that we haven't seen before that are employed, that make money, but they don't make enough. Meanwhile, we're also seeing headlines of outrageous job reports and record unemployment. Why? Because multiple people have multiple jobs just to try to get by and keep their heads above water.
Yeah.
They don't care. And business in general, G.I. Justin posted a video this morning where he showed there was nobody at, in his area where his store is located at Destin Commons. And this is a growing trend. It's going to continue on. Most of these brick and mortar businesses are going to shift and go online. The brick and mortars that are around, going to be very tough. But for those that are around, their prices are going to be so high in order to make it up for that margin. That's the only way that they're going to be able to survive. Restaurants have a place because you can't order every food you want. But the restaurants that survive, in my opinion, are going to be $30, $35, $40 a plate.
Yeah. So here's what I was thinking. Not just the employees of Walmart, and this goes everywhere, but the people who clean the windows at Walmart, the people who clean the floors for Walmart, the people who deliver any products to Walmart, the delivery drivers, the people who roof the Walmart, the people who do the landscape at Walmart. You're losing not just in Walmart employees, you're losing all the little arms that it reaches out to employ people as well. And as more and more brick and mortar places close, like literally numerous industries are going to just cripple.
No, you're right. But they're also going to lose the same people who are coming in and setting these stores on fire and creating diversions and distractions in other parts of the store to steal items from another part of the store where they could really just steal them without the distraction because nobody's going to stop them at the front. But yeah, these stores, these brick and mortars, they shut down, they go online. You won't need a cleaning crew to come clean your website and your e-commerce, Shopify, online drop shipping, Amazon FBA, or now Walmart, Amazon conglomerate FBA store. You won't need it. Yes, this is an economic shift. This is part of the Great Reset, although not necessarily explicitly described by the WEF as far as their intentions. But this is what we've been talking about for months. The middle class is going to be wiped out, completely gone altogether as we knew it, based on the mathematical calculation for determining who falls into the middle class based on income. Much like we're going to see the end of shopping inside of a Walmart, figuratively speaking, as these stores within the next 5 years are shifting and transitioning away from brick and mortar and moving towards an e-commerce online shopping platform, shopping experience, executed in the meta with Walmart land and using drop shipping, warehouse distribution, and focusing on maximizing their profits through advertising and marketing online for third-party resellers and retailers who can then they can carry all that weight, and Walmart can come out, which your screenshot didn't show that, but they're said that they're making 70 to 80% margin on their advertising. When they're, why would I want to be in a single digit profit margin situation with grocery with a perishable when I can be in a 70 to 80% profit margin business that is infinite, that is only going to grow, and I've cornered the market. So this is where we're headed, okay? And unfortunately, some will get wiped out, but odds are more than likely those who will be wiped out are the ones who are ignoring the warning signs and doing literally nothing to prepare for it.
Agreed.
Unfortunately. It's crazy.
It is.
It's crazy. This is changing business. This is changing the idea of business. This is changing entrepreneurialism. This is changing everything as we know it.
I don't know if I can say that word. Entrepreneurialism.
It's changing everything. And, Walmart's leading the charge. There's some other players out there that might have been a little bit quieter about their moves. But this is happening. And not only are we seeing a shift in business, but we're seeing a shift in money, in the economy, in the actual physical, tangible fiat currency, dollars, digital dollars, e-dollars, CBDC, cryptocurrency.
It's a lot.
So no more shopping inside of Walmarts anymore, folks.